everyone, and welcome back to another Thaumcraft tutorial. Today we are in a new world, and that is because, mainly because something bad happened with my FTB file, but yeah, we're not gonna really focus on that. I have everything set up that we had last time, and yeah, I just want to completely move along. So, today we are going to be talking about nodes, specifically, how they work, like Aurora, draining them, how they replenish themselves, the different kinds of nodes. So yeah, let's get started. So as you can see here, I have put glowstone dust and nether wart in here, and I have researched the mutatio and the visum, taking from both those aspects from both of the items, and it says goggles of revealing. So the rest that you will need is precantatio, which is magic, and if you just use that, and yeah, you need a lot of magic. Oh, oops. Okay. And you will also need cognito, which is learning, knowledge, inquiry, and you can get that easily from paper. And lastly, you will need totemin, which is defense, protection, security, and you can easily get that with leather if you have a plentiful supply, and that will give you the goggles of revealing. Also, when I lost everything, like all this stuff wasn't here, but I just spent time researching it all. But yeah, also you may notice that there are some extra add-ons in the Thaumonicon. This extra add-on that is for forestry, if you have the forestry mod installed, and that we will get into another day, but today we're looking at the goggles of revealing. So, goggles of revealing. Building on the basic principles of the thermometer, you have begun refining its ability to detect magic into something more revealing. You hope this set of mystical lenses will show you the presence of both magic and flux, and that's exactly what it's going to do. Also, I am in single player mode because it's just easier. Yeah, so I have to constantly delete stuff, but yes. The goggles of revealing. So, let's look at these. And so you guys can read this whole thing right here, but I'll just tell you. Basically it's saying that the goggles will reveal they'll reveal like the aurora in the area, the flux in the area. You'll be able to see nodes, and you'll be able to see just like a lot of the Thaumcraft stuff that's hidden to the natural eye. Also, they will grant a 5% discount to your amount of vis streamed from your casting wand when it's used, so pretty much they help with that too. And this is a very easy recipe. It's just a thermometer, gold, and leather, and then you also need mutatio, visum, and precantatio. So, we are going to make our, well, we already made thermometer, so I'm just going to spawn some of those in. If you would like to see how to get the thermometer or how it's made, then just refer to my older videos. Oops, need to be in creative mode for that. Oh, oops. I don't, it was just lagging. Okay, I was scared that would happen. So this happens, so sometimes, I just get an obsessive amount of thermometers. Or just whatever item that doesn't stack. So, yeah, we're gonna craft some goggles of revealing, and today I'm just gonna show you a few nodes, where you can find some of those nodes, and yeah, just like explain that. That was the only research we are going to be doing today, so yeah, but no, this is a very big part of Thaumcraft. Oh man. Okay, better. Okay, I guess. And yes. Okay, so we'll take those two. We have gold. Okay. Gold right about there. Okay, so gold ingots. And so if we arrange this in our infusion altar, again, I did that in another tutorial. Then we put that. Wonderful. Wand is 2 weeks. That's why we have the one for the adept. So yeah, this is just an example of why the wand of the adept, but you need, it says this wand is too weak right here, because you need 60 Vs to craft these goggles. But Vism and Mutatio. Okay, so we have that right here. So let's see, how much Vism was that? 8. So we're going to just throw our glowstone dust in there. Oh crap. Wrong direction. Okay, and then okay, magic. Chisel sandstone I have found is a very easy way to get magic. There's also great wood trees. Pretty easy. And then once you have those ingredients, we have the goggles for viewing. And I will take off my solar helmet. And also, this is just extra stuff added by other mods. Besides Thaumcraft, and they let me walk really fast and stuff, and so that's why I have those on. Yes. So, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see this bar appear once you put on the goggles, and that bar is pretty much the aurora, which is A, and the flux, which is F. So the aurora in this area is 270 out of 270. If you were just looking at it, it was just increasing, and that is because it was replenishing the V's in our wand over here. So once this wand was replenishing, it was taking aurora out of the environment to replenish it. So then the aurora restored itself, and the way auroras restore themselves are by taking magic from infused ore, or by taking magic from other auroras. So auroras kind of help you. Well, not auroras, but the aurora is pretty much the node. So the way that the nodes replenish themselves is by taking the infused ore from the ground, which gives you the shards, or by using other nodes, and they replenish them. So yeah, nodes is something that takes a lot of research to figure out usually, so that's why I'm going to help you guys out. So right here, you may notice this. Now this is an aurora node, and you see those little black lightning going around it. That is just showing off the flux that this aurora has. And this aurora is just a normal aurora. It's not like anything special. It's not dark or anything. And if you just notice that there was a message right here. It says the air around you suddenly becomes suffused with the strange energies. That is basically flux, and messages will appear like that every so often if your flux gets too high. So my flux is currently at moderate, which is not bad at all, but yeah, it can go from like none to low to moderate to high to dangerous. And once the dangerous things happen, well, stuff starts spawning like giant zombies and things of that nature. And wisps. But basically, this node right here is powering us. And the way that nodes work is, it's the strongest. Like, so nodes, they obviously, like, you would expect that they weaken the further you are. So like, they don't weaken, but like the energy level in the area. Like, the goggles are revealing show the closest node to you. So currently it's showing the aurora as 270 out of 270, and that's portraying the node right down here. Right there. Also, this volcano is part of another mod. Right down there. So, since it is, that's the closest node to me. And that does not necessarily mean that that is the node that your wand is drawing from. Your wand is drawing from the node that is the most powerful where it is. So, not the node closest to you, the node that's most powerful, like, in the area. So, let's say that 270 node was right over, okay, 270 node was right over here. Okay? Now, let's say there was a node right, well, there's a node right there. But this node isn't very strong, so, well, it's 352. But let's say that this node was 1,000 out of 1,000. It's a big node. Also, the node size has changed with how much aurora is in it. It was a big node. That, I would be drawing aurora from that node instead of the small node over there. But the goblins are revealing would still only show that node when I'm in this area. So it's kind of tricky on how they work. But basically, I just like to look at the bottom and see, okay, when I just used my wand, was there a down arrow happening? And if there was, then that means that I'm pulling from that node over there. So yeah, it's kind of tricky, and the power changes, like this. How strong the power is changes how far away you are from the nodes. So yeah, but if there was like a really big and powerful node, then the power change would, like, even though it was decreasing power as it came as its reach was coming all the way over here, I would still be pulling from that because it was very powerful. So that's the basics of how your nodes actually work with your wands. But now there's a whole nother science to nodes, and that's nodes replenishing and combining and the different types of node. So there are 4 different types of nodes. There's the normal node, the purest node, and then 2 types of dark nodes. So the normal nodes are nodes just like this one over here, and nothing really special going on, right? But and then purest nodes are usually found at the heart of silverwood trees. So I'm going to right now grow a silverwood tree, and I'm going to go into creative because it's just easier. Oops. And I'm just going to get one of these. This is something else that we'll research later, but it automatically grows silverwood sapling. So, just to demonstrate a purest node, let's see. And also, yeah. So up here, yeah, no node in this one. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. So if you look at this, there is a tiny, tiny node that formed when that silverwood tree grew. Oh, okay, so we'll get right back to this, but this is basically nodes replenishing. So you can see sparks coming from the source that it's replenishing from, and it's going into the node. And then that green arrow is coming up saying that the node is replenishing. Now this could be coming from infused ore or other nodes. Look at, we have some coming from this direction. So it's very cool to watch this when you're first starting out, because it's very interesting to see how the nodes replenish. And yeah, very, very interesting. And so if we come over here, so that's basically the gist of nodes replenishing. So over here we have a purest node. Now I don't know how well you guys can see this, but in the purest node it looks like something's kind of like exploding, like a firework or something. Like, it's very cool. And silverwood trees naturally don't really give off that like really big nodes. Like usually around like the 100 area. Like 100, 70, 90, 80, that area, 110 maybe, but not very big. I don't know the exact range, but I know that, like, if you're trying to get a good node for your base, silverwood trees are alright, but yeah, so they form purest nodes in the middle of them, and those nodes are completely pure, and combining them with a dark node will take away some of its dark abilities. And we will get into some nodes that are the infinite nodes, if you will. So though that's another type of node. And over here I have found, see how fast I can fly with this? I have found, let's see, I made a waypoint for it. I'm using Rennie's mini-map. Okay, so right over here, we have this node. Oh, wonderful. And it's actually replenishing that node over there. And this node is, it's one of the dark nodes. And it spawned over this little, this Thaumcraft area, and nodes will usually spawn on top of these. I have never seen one that didn't have a node, but it may be possible. But pretty much these spawn evil nodes, and this is a form of a dark node, like I just said. And pretty much it means that you can see this, it has like a swirl in the center. All dark nodes have a swirl in the center, but this is like a level 1 dark node, if you will. So there's like one level, like level 1 and level 2. And a level 2 dark node, you can actually, there's like a black center, and they're usually very big. And those are the nodes that you have to be very careful of. Yeah, this is a dark node pretty much. It just generates more flux, but the big dark nodes, like the level 2 dark nodes, those actually like create wisps and stuff, and they are very dangerous. I would definitely not recommend making your base near one of those. But yeah, this one, they spawn over this, and then there's a chest in the center which has some regular items, and yeah, but this little, it has this little formation thing. And usually dark nodes spawn, I've seen them spawn just like randomly in the wilderness, but they can also spawn, I've seen them more commonly spawn in wisp dungeons. And if you don't know what a wisp dungeon is, it's basically like, you'll see a little hill, and then there'll be like a little dungeon entrance with mossy cobble, and that's a wisp dungeon, and they spawn wisps pretty much. Also, another thing that I should mention is that inside of these things, there's also a wisp spawner. So I don't know if you want to keep that, but I'll just destroy that for now. And yeah, so anyways, where was I? Over here somewhere. Right here. So, nodes don't always have to be above ground too. I have an example right here. Let's get a torch. I have an example right here of a node. Okay, where are you? Maybe it's in this other wing. I found it in this ravine, one of these ravines, probably over here. Yeah, right here. So, yeah, they don't have to be above ground. I have one right here that is underground, actually. And yeah, just a normal node. Usually nodes are just normal. But yeah, so that is just normal node, and just saying they can be found underground. Now once a node takes all of the, let's say this infused ore, right? A node was replenishing itself, and it took all the energy out of this. Don't think that these are infinite energy, because they're not. Once it takes all the energy out of it, this will, instead of being this air infused ore, it'll become a dull infused ore, which I've only discovered one recipe that involves dull, and they give off dull shards. They're not very useful, so I would highly suggest not doing your mining in a place where you are absorbing a lot of aurora, especially if you're looking for shards. Here's a node over here. This is Thaumium. This is Thaumcraft structure. You'll see these totem pieces. Thaumcraft structures. We'll get more into Thaumcraft structures in another episode, though. So we have the purest node, the normal node, and level 1 dark node. Now I have not found a level 2 dark node. But you can definitely tell if you have these glasses on. It's a big swirl, and just a lot of darkness. Very little like brightness, just like a lot of dark. Like it looks like a black hole, if you can think of that. It's very, like, you'll be able to tell. But yeah, now on to one of the last subjects about nodes is that nodes can also there can also be an area where there are no nodes, and that is called a dead zone. And a dead zone is not somewhere that you want to make your base, because silverwood trees can't grow. You can't replenish bees in your wand, and it's just completely, like, there's no aurora pretty much. That is a dead zone, and if you put on, one good way to test to see if an area is a dead zone is make a wand in the area and see if it charges its bees. And if it doesn't, then you have a problem. because then you can't like do anything with Thaumcraft or anything like that. So that's why it's very important to have a wand with these. So anyways, one of the last things, I think I mentioned this earlier, maybe not, is that nodes can actually combine. They can combine with each other. So if I may be able to catch this on camera, but let's say we form another silverwood tree right here. Does this have another node? Okay, that node is like, okay. So now we have those two nodes. And they're being filled up right now, so yeah. But I don't know if they just combined. I think they may have. But yeah, see how that node disappeared when this one was formed? Let's see if we can catch this one appearing. So look at that node, and then I grow this, and then it gets zapped, right? It's gone. That's because it's replenishing its aurora. But you see it move? You see the node is moving towards that node, and then they just combine to form a bigger purest node. So that is basically nodes combining, and that way you can actually use silver trees to create very big purest nodes. So we can attempt to create one right now if you would like. Well, not really your choice. So let's see. I don't think all silverwood trees have a purest node. Oh, that one did. So we went up from 122 to 143 maximum. See, it just keeps on going up, and we can create a very big node this way. And it's also a great way to move nodes. Like if you had to move a node, it's a great way to move them, because you see you can just like make a line and have them move towards each other. And they don't form like right on this one. They form in the center of where they both are. So if I had a node, let's say I had a node here and I had one here. If they combined, the new node would be right here. So yeah, or around that area. And yeah, so we can just like, you can pretty much keep on doing this to just create big nodes. And yeah. And I wonder if these two are, no they're not, they're coming, they're meeting up. And yeah, it's great to, it's really a great thing. Let's just do this one last time. And go. Come on, combine, come on. Almost there. Okay, and so they haven't combined yet, but I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, so that way you can form a very big purest node. And let's say you have a humongous purest node. Like the biggest node I've seen spawn naturally is a 1,500 node. 1,500 at 1,500. Now that is a big node. So one thing that you can do actually is chunk error. Oops. Is you can, if you have one of the big dark nodes and you combine it with a big purest node, preferably bigger, and you combine those, then you can get one of these infinite nodes. And those are like all powerful nodes, and they are thaumaturge. They're thaumaturge's dream pretty much, and they have so much V's, and it's just it's really cool when you have one. I don't think I'll be able to demonstrate one. Maybe when we get further down in the series, I may be able to create one. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to combine these two nodes, possibly. So we have that one and this one. Yep, you see? They're coming together. And that just ate that small node up. But look at how much bigger that node got from that really small node. So yeah, you can grow your nodes this way, and it's a really good idea if you're starting out. Now, yeah, so you can get the infinite node, and it's very cool. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about with nodes for this episode, at least, is that when you combine nodes like that, it does generate a bit of flux. So you have to be careful that you're not doing that too much. But yeah, when nodes are like combining or replenishing each other, it does generate flux, so be careful. And if you want to get one of these silverwood trees, they are found naturally in the wild. I think I made an episode on that, but if you guys are watching this, first time watching this series, I have other episodes. This is episode 4. And yeah, but silverwood trees pretty much, there's like, I'm pretty sure 1 in 500 chance that a sapling will drop when you hit its leaves, maybe even less, but yeah, they're pretty rare trees, so yeah, you want to just try to get saplings out of those. But yeah, but that is about it. That's all I have to say for nodes. Next episode we are going to get into, if I can, if it'll let me, because you know, research is kind of random. If it'll let me, we're gonna get into these little wands right here, and some items that come along with them and enchantments. So yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys. But that's all I'm gonna say on nodes for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I helped you out with nodes, and yeah, but stay tuned for more research and stuff. This episode took a little while to get out. It's taking a little break, but yeah, I'm ready to do some more Thaumcraft very soon. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. You guys will be seeing more episodes of this in the future, and yeah, my name is E04 If I helped you out, you know, just comment on what you want to see, I guess. And yeah, I love you guys' comments. Also, I'm a boy to answer some of your questions. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is E04 and I will catch you around. Goodbye.